Hello, and welcome. I'm glad you're here to learn about the Priceless Leadership Workshop. This work is rooted in a simple belief. Every person is priceless, and leadership shapes whether people experience that worth in the workplace. In the next few minutes, I'll share a brief preview of how this workshop helps leaders strengthen people, culture, and performance. Let's begin with the journey leaders experience in the workshop. The workshop follows a clear leadership journey. We begin with heart, why dignity and worth matter in leadership. Then way, the priceless leadership model. Then practice, tools leaders use in daily moments. Then ripple, how leadership impact spreads. And finally, legacy, the mark leaders leave on people. So why is this kind of leadership so important right now? Many organizations today face low trust, burnout, and disconnection. Leaders are under pressure to deliver results, but people need energy, purpose, and value to perform at their best. This workshop helps leaders restore worth in the workplace, which strengthens both engagement and outcomes. And the impact of leadership becomes very visible in people's daily experience. Leaders create very different experiences for people. When people feel valued and capable, energy rises, creativity grows, and effort expands. When people feel diminished, engagement drops, and performance shrinks. The workshop helps leaders understand how their behavior creates these outcomes. To understand why this happens, we introduce the centerpiece of the workshop. At the center of the workshop is the Priceless Leadership Model. It shows how leadership signals shape how people see themselves, their sense of value, capability, and trust. That self-image shapes thoughts and emotions, which ultimately drive behavior and performance. When leaders consistently affirm worth, the entire cycle shifts in a positive direction. A natural question at this point is whether this also affects organizational results. Research shows that it does. The service profit chain, developed through Harvard research, demonstrates that leadership shapes employee experience shapes customer experience, and customer experience drives growth. So people-centered leadership isn't just relational, it's strategic and performance-driven. So if this kind of leadership strengthens both people and results, what does it actually look like in practice? We describe priceless leadership through 12 traits across 3 domains: heart, head, and hands. How leaders relate to people, how they think and decide, and how they act. These traits help leaders identify strengths and areas for growth in their leadership. Of course, leaders don't all express these traits in the same way. Leaders tend to express these traits through natural styles we call leadership archetypes. Each archetype highlights strengths, watchouts, and growth opportunities. This helps leaders understand themselves and appreciate different styles in others. Even with that awareness, leaders often face a practical challenge. That challenge is time. Even when leaders want to connect and coach more, daily tasks can consume their attention. So we explore AI as a way to reclaim time, not replace leadership. When routine work is streamlined, leaders can invest more fully in people, because leadership impact ultimately happens in human moments. Every leadership interaction sends a signal about worth, and those signals don't stay contained, they ripple outward. Small moments shape how people see themselves, which shapes behavior, which shapes culture. Intentional leadership creates positive ripples that extend far beyond the moment. Over time, those ripples become something lasting. Leadership ripples become legacy. Most of us remember leaders who lifted us up or diminished us years later. So we ask leaders a simple question: what did people gain because they were led by you? Leadership legacy is built in everyday moments, and that reflection brings the workshop together. Thank you for taking a few minutes to preview Priceless Leadership. If you'd like to explore more about the movement, free resources, the book, or our faculty, you can scan the QR code on this slide. We'd love to continue the conversation about supporting your leaders and culture.